select here in game number 1. Best of 5, of course. Right now, Royal Club not really bringing any surprises out to us. Maokai and Alistair, two very standard bans these days. OMG, though, they're targeting Insect big time.
Yeah, the funny thing about both of these teams is that they both ban Alistar on the blue side, so neither of the top laners has really been willing to take that. This time around, we do see the Janna as well. Everybody's been talking about it. She's been the breakout support of all of Worlds.
But the thing is, Cloud's main champion was actually Thresh, which Najim Whiteshield banned away every single time last time these guys faced, so we haven't actually seen it. But, of course, Zilean did squeak through the cracks. We'll see whether that's going to be on Korn or Zero, but there's a hell of a lot open for OMG. Surely a Kha'Zix maybe in there, could be Lucian or that Thresh, like I said.
Yeah, this is what comes with spending bans in a game as tight as this on the jungle position. Banning out Insect, and then, of course, you're going to pick up the third of the top-tier junglers here, Kha'Zix. That probably shoves Insect down to Jarvan or something like that, which would work well with Yasuo. He still has that knock-up, not quite the Lee Sin.
We'll definitely, as well, obviously throw that Zilean over towards Zero in the bottom lane. We'll see about that one. Zero up until now only played the 3 champions. Janna, of course, the big one for him with 6 games played. Nami and Thresh, the other 2. And that Irelia. We were talking a lot about this top lane and the fact that Gogo and Cola do share quite a lot of champions on that side of the map, and it will be Irelia locked in for Cola, who, for me, has to step up here today in this best of 5.
I wonder if that's a little bit of mind games. The fact that they kept that Yasuo open for so long, Cool has been very vocal of how badly it's gone. I wonder if they're going to say, hey, we're going to take this, so maybe do you want it? Cool, do you want it? Try and force him onto a bad champion early on.
Trying to dare him into it. Yeah, that would be pretty funny, because Cool has actually said, you know, his problems with Yasuo here at the world stage have been with his lack of familiarity with solo laning styles from international players. But he knows Korn really well. We talked about these 2 teams. They've played more against each other in the LPL than any of the other LPL teams, currently standing even with that 8-8 record.
So another champion that was mentioned earlier on, Rumble, will be locked in here for Gogo in the top lane. Actually, he himself has not played any Rumble up until now, being Ryze, Irelia, Maokai, Kayle so far. On the other side, Cola did play a couple of Rumble games. For me, Twitch as well could be a very interesting one in this one, but it is a Lucian, in fact, that San decides to take away. And from his side of things, you know, that's his most played and most successful champion. 4 games played, 4 games won.
Yeah, it's good. I thought that was going to be a more hotly contested champion coming into this, because Uzi also had played a ton of games on that during the LPL season, but he's had great success on Tristana on the world stage here. Picks coming in so fast now. They do have the combo with Insect once again that they like to run with Orianna, Shockwave, plus the Jarvan jump in.
But all I'm seeing here is Star and Royal Club have gone with a fairly safe opening pick, whereas OMG are going full on aggression. This is full mid game. We are going to come at you.
And that's a great strategy to bring against this Royal Club team, because Royal Club is a heavily tempo-based team. They love to keep it very high-paced, because Uzi, you'll very rarely see him freezing lanes. He almost always will shove the lanes early, get the early turrets down, and then take that little bit of gold into team fights immediately. On Tristana, though, that's kind of counterintuitive, so we'll see how they use it this time around. Being Insect and Uzi on the same team, though, it's always nice to have that Zilean if anybody gets a little bit too deep.
And there is the final pick for OMG. Going to go into the middle lane with Jace for Cool. And already played a Jace game. Actually has an 18 KDA from that one game, 4-1-14. And those are the kind of numbers that people are expecting from Cool coming into the World Championships.
And the thing is, that last pick brings this whole composition together so well for OMG. They have ridiculous siege right now. Every single champion on OMG has an immense amount of pressure at a turret. Kha'Zix evolved that W, they've got great poke, even Lucian can help with that wave clear, and the Rumble ultimates on the turret, you can get a whole team to have health, and they just have to back off and give up objectives to you.
We'll see how it works out. Of course, we saw Samsung White banning Rumble out 3 games on the trot. Of course, that's all they wrote for Samsung Blue. We'll see how it works out for these 2 teams. The battle for China. Who will face Samsung White in the final? It's definitely going to be a big one. I know obviously the China fans out there will be edging on this one, but I want to see what you guys at home think about this series. Who will take the win in the first game here? Use your hashtags. SHR win for Starhorn Road Club, or OMG win, well, for OMG, of course, too, at LOL Esports. And, of course, we'll check out your votes once we get into the game. Big first game here, I feel, for both these teams.
Yeah, definitely, because they have such a weird history with the best-of-5 games. Even in the interview, Zero was talking about how they were jokingly going to start out this series going 0-2, just because they've always started out going 2-0 and then losing the series. We'll see if that strategy actually works out for them this time around, but it has gone to best-of-5s.
Yeah,
every single time.
Not sure that going 0-2 at the start is the way you really want to kick off a World Championship semi-final. We are going to find out, though, as we get into Game 1 between Starhorn Royal Club and OMG, with Royal Club starting out here on the blue side.
So let's see how they start. We saw a lot of level 1 action between these Chinese teams throughout this tournament. This being the semi-final. Cool immediately getting caught out by Korn, but quickly strikes back. We'll see if there's any big invades. We saw a couple of first bloods. It looks like Go-Going will be searched out, caught out by the Demacia standard, and will step away to safety as Uzi just puts a quick shot on him, and they get their ward coverage in.
Not quite able to finish off that ward there, but look at Cool's position. He's basically bullying them back. Loveling has spotted that ward going down on his red buff ramp, so early vision spotted pretty much across the map, and actually early sweeper used there. That will be obviously from Zero to clear out the vision of the Tribush up top.
Yeah, they want to try and clear out as much vision as possible, work around this Lucian and Thresh lane here. Zillion and Trist, not the best combo early. Switching back here, though.
Yeah, look at this. They've both shown each other in lanes, and are both switching around. So whether OMG are reacting to Starhorn Royal Club or Starhorn Royal Club reacting to OMG, either way, it's going to be a 5-man push from OMG. They want the invade, and it looks like Starhorn Royal Club are going to react.
Moving up there as well. This could be a very interesting start. No vision directly.
They're going to get them off the blue
area. They're edging their way through there. There is a ward down now, and they've got themselves around the corner. Currently, if we look at the minimap, 5 versus 4. If this were to kick off, Royal Club are going into this one. They're not going to spot them till the very end. There's a flag over the top, which gives it away. Damage exchange either side, but no kills coming down just yet. It's all about the blue for now.
Smite fight between the junglers. Who's going to get it? Nobody wants to do damage to it. This time around, Cool has come across, so now it's a 5-on-5. He's going to lay damage out from the side here as OMG force him away. Blue resets. This is a very long level 1 engage. We're almost 2.5 minutes in already.
It's because there's no hard engage level 1 for these teams. With Cloud starting out Flay, they'd have to get really close to actually make a fight happen, and we're 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the game with nobody in any lanes. 5v5 on the blue buff here. Nobody wants to give it up.
We knew this was going to be a bloodbath. They're not interested in farming. Screw the experience. We want to fight straight away. And it looks like they're going to go in for it again. Blue buff almost being reset there, taking low within smite range. Cloud looking to get the Flay down. Cool comes around. There's the Flay. There's the buff going in.
Going in for Cloud. He's actually really low there. Burning down from Zero's Ignite. They get away. The blue buff in the end went over to Loveling, though. So they managed to pick that one up. Almost 3 minutes into the game, the first buff goes down.
Well, there's the featured matchup right there. Loveling with the smite advantage over Insect, and he's got the level advantage. The early blue buff secured for Kha'Zix is really going to be helpful for him in this clear speed, because without it, it would be very difficult, having waited so long to get back into that jungle.
And I want to keep our eye on this one, because red buff's going to go to Loveling now. We'll see whether it goes straight to the blue buff again, because you can see Sun and Cloud are only just returning to Loud. Cloud is making his way through the buff, so they're predicting that Starhorn Royal Club may try and invade here.
Yeah, and with it shaking out into the lane swaps like this, they're going to want some extra early vision down around by this dragon. It looks like OMG might be prepping it to go for one of those early dragons and exchange this Uzi and Zero swap to try and get that early gold and timer.
Not going in. This is blue buff number 2 for OMG, so really nice little start. Cloud will actually be face checking here. There are 2 men around. Insect is level 2, so he's got the combo. There's the Flay back. Half HP. I don't think they've got enough to actually finish him off here, but they'll sure as hell do a lot of damage to him. No kill, but Loveling's now coming down.
Cool coming down as well. He's just backed off at the end there. Sand's going to try and keep them away. There's the ward going down. May get a bit more damage on towards Insect, forcing him away. Meanwhile, in the top, Go-Going, dive on the tower. Zero taken so low by the tower hits. Uzi taking a lot of damage, but Go-Going, he's on his last little hit here, and they fancy the kill.
Yeah, he doesn't have very much HP and no potions. So even though the dive doesn't net a kill, they do force him out of the lane. This is what I was talking about. The tempo base from Royal Club, they almost never will ever freeze a lane. Shoving it in early here, trying to pressure going. They get the teleport out. And now what can they do with a teleport advantage? We still have not seen Cola go into lane because San was able to freeze it so easily on his side. There's not a lot of options for Cola to get experience. They're going to have to do the double jungle and be behind.
Bit of a crazy start, which frankly is what we were really looking for when we came into this best of 5. Cloud actually getting a deep ward in, which will spot out both Cola and Insect. Meanwhile, Loveling now coming around the side. He's going to be spotted out by that ward that Uzi placed down just moments ago, and that'll mean that Uzi can just simply walk back to safety and will be able to recall off to base and spend the goal from his 29 CS.
Man, the fact that OMG were able to keep going in a lane during this early laning phase is so big for them. Level 6 Rumble is going to hit before the Aurelia, and it's going to give them that dragon pressure. Oh, Poke does miss.
They're going to go onto corner here. Loveling's going to come around. He should be safe getting to the turret. The knock away from Cola just puts him out of range of the Void Spikes. And as you mentioned, the fact that Cola is being starved a fair bit. Of course, we all know that Trinity Force has to be picked up as quickly as possible for an Aurelia player. And he's going to be behind potentially when we start hitting those big dragon fights.
Yeah, and even before that, because they're pulling the lane swap back already, sending Uzi down bottom to gain the support and AD carry on at least the dragon side of the map. Aurelia is going to go into this lane versus going very, very far down as far as the experience is concerned. What they're trying to manipulate here, Royal Club, is the teleport advantage. So we'll see if that actually is going to help them out. Remember, going did teleport to a turret, so it will at least be on that reduced cooldown for his teleport. Royal Club should have the exact timer, though.
Himself actually nicely in the elite here. 10 CS is his advantage. Prevented Korn from going back just moments ago where they shot blast through the acceleration gate. It's 2 versus 2 now as they stack up both AD carries, picking up Pickaxe first item.
Oh yeah, Pickaxe down there for both of them, so that's pretty even. However, we do see the difference in junglers. Both kind of on the bottom side of the map. Neither of them have decided to go up to gank that Rumble lane because Rumble shoving, and even if you're Insect, ganking a Rumble early with that sort of level advantage would be very dangerous. So both junglers on the bottom side of the map going to try and pay attention to the AD carries this time around.
The difference being that OMG had that very deep ward that Cloud managed to get in there, giving vision that they know Insect's there, and Loveling is getting in position to counter it. Doesn't look like Insect wants to go aggressive on this one, though, but he is ready and waiting if he is required. It seems he's going to be drawn back. So these lanes, very even in CS, despite the fact they've not really been against each other yet.
Looks like he might be looking for that Lantern gank because they did have this one deep ward on the bottom side. By the double golem bush. Okay, they're going for it. Flash in.
There goes the Lantern as well. Uzi actually pretty good damage back to Cloud though. Wow! Zero. He's going to fall, but Cloud maybe does go down. Uzi will flash. Here comes Cola. That teleport coming into him, but Loveling has got the damage there. San and Loveling will force Cola away as well, and it's a 2 for 1 for OMG.
This is exactly what we were talking about. The vision they got by the double golems with this deep ward made them know that Insect wasn't going to be down there, and so they pull off the Lantern gate. Great play there from Cloud, but...
And the teleport that Aurelia used went in there. He's still only level 4, goes diving down. He's losing so much experience to going as that's happening. Well, what a great hook.
Yeah, again, we got to commend Cloud. And this, of course, is the Uzi style. He's not going to try and escape. He's going to go for the kill. They called in Cola because of the teleport advantage, but because teleport took so long to channel, didn't come in at the beginning of that fight, I think he'd lose out so much that he'd lose the kill anyway. And again, Rumble with the level 6 already got a whole bunch more extra experience.
And they could, if they'd have realized the position they were in, there was 2 level 5s versus a level 4 that teleported in. They probably could have got another kill there. They just didn't realize the situation so quickly, but OMG off to a great start here, and you guys at home, 71% of you backing them now. Of course, it was different at the start of the game when you guys were predicting throughout the week, but clearly this has been a very strong start from OMG, just like we saw against Najim Whiteshield in the quarterfinals.
1,500 gold lead in the way that this is going. Looks like that Dragon might be on the cards here soon with Go going to teleport back up. Loveling's actually bottom side of the map, and of course he's now 2-0 after that last little fight, which has given him that little jump in items. Another hook comes out from Cloud there. Doesn't quite connect onto things, but Dragon may be a real possibility, especially if they've got the blue under control.
And I did go back and look at that replay. I mean, Cola was actually under his turret, so he wasn't in danger of dying to going there. Just a little bit late on the communication here for Royal Club for that teleport. And communication has been something we constantly are bringing up with this team because they obviously have so many languages they're trying to use to actually coordinate this early in the game.
And just look how much he's hurting. You can see the CS differential is huge, but the fact he's had to go double Doran's blade earlier on Aurelia, he's not even started the Trinity Force yet. Meanwhile, we already see the Haunting guys picked up. Whew, that was a quick back. That bullet's going to follow him all the way back to base there from Uzi, but he is miles behind. Remember, of course, the timing will be all out of cock right now because, simply put, we had almost a 4-minute level 1 stage.
Yeah, I mean, that discrepancy in top lane is only going to get worse because, as we talked about, the opening for OMG, where they were able to get an extra lane of experience, was just so huge for getting this Rumble to a very good early start. We always talk about, gold disadvantages and CS disadvantages. That just pure experience advantage that Going had, he was able to bully Cola once they did shake out to the normal lanes. Remember, it's that 500 to 600 just gold of stats worth every single level that you have an advantage over your opponent.
And the Haunting guys just makes him hurt all the more. Can't really deal with him at the moment, but here it is then. Dragon going to be started off by OMG. Jace will be joining in the party. There is a ping there from Royal Club, so they're going to try and get involved, but I think this Dragon is going to be already gone. There's the smite coming out from Loveling. First Dragon of the game goes over to OMG.
And again, we're seeing the late game, or
Whoa,
repercussions of the teleport discrepancy. That was definitely unnecessary because they already had the teleport down, but now they're committed and they're probably going to shove in on this turret because right now they're giving up lane experience to Cola, some comeback time here for Cola. He's getting some good CS in, he's shoving up to the turret. This is a good opening for Royal Club to claw their way back in.
Well, they don't have any vision above, they're going to go in! Going hasn't gone back yet! Is he going to burn down? He's got the revive on him from Insect! Insect's going to go down, Zero in trouble! They're going to keep on diving the turret, but Uzi's still fighting back! He will go down! It's a double for Zan! Can he make it a triple? Lovely comes in and gets the kill! And OMG turn on once again!
And this is, again, both these teams know each other so well. Insect's penchant for ganking bottom lane. He ganked it a little bit too early there. With Rumble still in the bush, that might have been a tad unlucky, but they didn't give it time to breathe, and they went a little bit too aggressive. Cloud, key. He got up his box before he died, and that slowed everyone down enough to bring those kills. OMG gonna run away with this early game.
And that was always the question mark for OMG. Is the bottom lane good enough to withstand that of Royal Club, especially in this match? But we see here again as we load up the replay, San going absolutely crazy.
All right, so they flashed in here, Insect. They do get their kill, but again, Box goes down, and he is very easy target here for San. Going really deep under this turret, and Uzi just gets destroyed because San has such an item lead right now.
Yeah, at the start of that fight, he had the BF sword and pickaxe. Now you can see Infinity Edge has been completed. Uzi is hurting in this matchup.
This is exactly why I thought Lucian was going to be a higher priority in pick span, because Lucian has such a steady power curve amongst AD carries. There's no point where he is weak in the game. It's very important in the matchup between these two teams to have a very, very steady curve. Very good early game here. You can see, even though Royal Club are trying to make these early plays down bottom, they have the wrong AD carry for it. And he's got an Avarice blade, which doesn't help.
Going aggressive, jumping on Cloud. Can he get the kill? He wants to finish it off, but there's no vision. They will come around the side. We'll get another shot off. Insect's going to follow through, but it will force them away, but they can't gain anything from this. And now OMG might corral them into position here. Good void points, catching up 4 of them. Another shock blast comes through, raining down on Starhold.
They need to force something.
They're in trouble.
Loveling actually using his ultimate there, getting involved and just trying to get onto either Zero or Korn there. The two men that were blasted down by Cool. thanks to that shot flash, but that didn't quite work out for them there in the end. They forced them away from this mid lane. It's going to now be all about blue buff. Let's not forget the start was a 3-minute-long blue buff tussle. But actually going one way, San throwing down the Culling. Korn super low. He can't afford to give up that buff. Shockwave though, San may have gone a little bit deep. Insect going to get the knock up. Cataclysm, but he flashes away and San's the fight to the back. No! Uzi dives in on top of it to get the shutdown. He's still a 2-for-1 though for OMG.
I think that's the Uzi insect mentality. They at least get their kill, but it's going to cost them complete map control. OMG can take control of both top and mid lanes off that single play. Jungle invade secured. This should be a pretty easy mid game here for OMG. They should be able to control every consecutive neutral buff from now on.
They threw so much at that at the start in the mid lane. OMG were happy in the lanes. This whole time, Gogoin's just been farming away at the top. You can see it's increasing that lead in the top lane. He's starting to become a monster. The mid tower's going down. The bottom one already fell. There was damage on towards the inner. There's the top going down. It's going to be a 3-1 tower start for OMG.
Yeah, he is already a complete monster. He's a beast in this game. But really, I want to go back to OMG's focus on the jungle. Like the featured matchup, their coaching staff obviously was focusing on this as well. 2 jungle bans, a first-round jungle pick, and then constant counter ganking here from Loveling. They got the very deep ward down in the bottom lane. They saw Insect's move that they knew he was going to make down there eventually, and they took advantage of this bottom lane so well, keeping down the biggest carry from Royal Club.
Now 3 of them grouping up on the bottom lane. Only Loveling there for now to defend this turret. Pretty decent at doing so, but Uzi with that Shiv now added in on top of his pickaxe will at least be able to push those waves a little quicker, but they need to be careful here. Both San and Cloud have decided to join in the party on that bottom side of the map, but it's simply to clear things out. Royal Club have already backed off.
Now, Royal Club, with the Dragon coming up in 1 minute, they have to be playing defensively right now because Going is almost level 11, or he is level 11 now, and he's got Needlessly Large Rod on top of all the flat penetration already. That Dragon fight is as much OMG's fight to win as any fight is going to be in this game. So Royal Club just need to take it safe, don't spend any resources over there, you know, try and get something on the top side of the map in exchange. Don't go for the fight, try and just trade some money for it.
Speaking of the items, you can see a bunch of brutalizers being completed as well by Loveling and Cool. They are very much in position with 30 seconds to go on this one. Going to sweep out the wards, keep all of the coverage away. And that bottom lane's got to be careful it doesn't get collapsed on. They've got no tower to fall back to here, Joe.
It doesn't look like for now that they're moving down. In fact, Insect has just pinged down onto that bottom side of the map. He was trying to get involved. Zero had moved towards Uzi's position as well. So Royal Club not going to give this one up completely free. They've managed to get a ward in the back of the pit there, which I believe, yeah, is just out of range of the pink ward. So actually, they've got vision of this one. Can they steal it? Oh, they've thrown the shot. The hook from Korn. From Cloud will follow through. Korn is going to get blown to pieces. There's Insect throwing down the Cataclysm, but that won't make much of a difference. Zero's one finished off Cloud, but Lovely, he's still going on this one. He manages to get the Zillion ultimate down. Cola will be chased to his death. They already lose out on Zero, and there is Lovely, who is now unstoppable with 4 kills for 1.
Yeah, that's pretty much the exact reason why we said they should probably not go for this Dragon fight. And that's not really Royal Club's style, though. They continue to go close and try and steal it with the Shockwave, but Cloud once again comes up with a great hook, lands his skill shot, and the team cleans up kills after it. OMG probably going to steamroll through the rest of this mid-game.
That was a very one-sided fight. You can see the hook started off there on Korn.
Yeah, so he tried to steal with that Shockwave. Good attempt there, but man, the collapse. What an ultimate from Rumble. Zones out half the team. They're able to flash over the wall. And even though there's an answer kill, Loveling on this Kha'Zix is so far ahead because of his great early jungle work. He's so strong, able to jump in and secure 2 more kills for the team. This guy, Loveling, the main reason that we like him, not even from just last Worlds, was just because he changes up his style pretty much every single game. And he adapts so well to his opponent. This is somebody that he's played against so many times, and he's just countered Insect so very well.
And you've just got to wonder, the question, maybe even the mentality of Star Road, the clear thinking, because going into that fight, despite the fact they knew they were behind in golden items, They're behind on 2 levels per person almost. You cannot win them fights.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we thought maybe they would send some people up top side, try and shove the top lane or something on the opposite side of the map so you don't have to fight those great team fight champions that you're faced with right now. However, they went for the steal, and, you know, they have to pay for it.
And they are losing more buffs. Cool will get that blue buff. It will surely just be a matter of time. They push down top lane towards the inner turret. Sand joining in. Cloud actually clearing off wards on the side. And again, a big shock blast will knock Zero. Not quite down to his namesake, but half of his health gone there. And you have to wonder how long they can actually hold on to towers at this point.
Yeah, a lot of poke coming through. There's that great siege that we talked about.
Culling going down. Don't forget the equalizer can be thrown down at any point just to bully them and brute force push them off this tower. Surprised they haven't gone for it already here. The shock blast doing their work though, and this is the problem. Once you start falling behind, there is a Jace completely pounding away at you. That's your top laner, the tankiest member on your team. Hasn't completed the Trinity Forces, only got the Phage and Sheen on so far. Miles behind in terms of opponents. They cannot fight for these turrets.
Yeah, and even Uzi here still not quite completed the Infinity Edge on Tristana. He's holding on for dear life. With the early Shiv, he's trying to wave clear. They're trying to just turtle up here.
Well, through that turtle-in, they managed to get a tower, the second one of the game here for Royal Club, but Jace continues to batter from a distance, and they are going to wait this one out until they can get those final hits on that turret. They've scanned out the ward, which has now just been replaced thanks to Corp's Trinket, but this turret surely going down. Insect going to die.
Whoa.
Jumping on towards them, but he's not strong enough. Sand just quite happily tanks that through. There's the equalizer, splitting the team apart. Insect gets pounced on, straight away taking down Zero in trouble. And I think that's all OMG were waiting for. They're just like, wait for their opportunity. They cannot just take one, they can take 2 towers here.
So even if you are going to pull one of those last-ditch effort engages as this Royal Club team that's behind right now, you do it when all 5 people are already there. You don't have the teleport start channeling when Insect jumps in. You lose precious seconds, as you said, on one of the frontline champions that they don't have. And that's another lost team fight for Royal Club here, and a very, very easy Baron pickup for OMG. Maybe Zero was not joking, and they wanted to start this series out 0-2 so that they don't fall into their own curse.
Well,
losing the best of
like,
5s after getting ahead.
Yeah, it's certainly looking like they're starting out 0-1 at least, because this game all in control for OMG. Both Dragons taking the Baron. They've got a 12,000 gold lead after just 22 minutes. And we were talking about yesterday's semi-final, a clean sweep for Samsung White. Tell you what, OMG aren't too far away from those kind of numbers that White were putting up yesterday.
It is a very strong start from OMG, no doubt about it. There was a lot of questions. Doublelift himself was talking about Uzi the God in the bottom lane, and Sand was lackluster. I gotta be honest, Sand's looking pretty damn good in his opening start on Lucian, but let's not forget, he's on his favorite champion, and that's something they need to start looking at. Starhorn Royal Club, while they may not come back in this game, have to start looking at how they're going to focus on the pick and bans in game 2 as the red side.
And I think not even just the pick and bans, but also their early game style. The problem for them has been predictability. The Insect and Uzi mentality has been very easy for OMG. You know, they've become accustomed with it over the years, and it was very easy for them this game to use that against Royal Club, which is, you know, Royal Club's biggest strength as well as their biggest weakness.
Exactly. I mean, you heard Cloud talk about it as he did an interview back in the quarterfinals, pre-quarterfinals, and he said, you know, if we come up against Starhorn Royal Club, we know what we're going to up against. We know Uzi and Zero. They're going to be a very aggressive pairing, and we'll just sit back, play it passive, and play to our strengths. And we saw, of course, with the interview at the start of this game, Loveling coming down there. Those shock blasts. Oh, wow, that's a tilt shockwave right there. That's bad. They're going in.
Korn's going to be the focus of this one. He did get the ultimate from Zero, but that will be popped. He's going to come back up, but will he get away from it? Going in the face. There is Azorius down. Loveling actually picking up the kill in the back onto Insect, and that will be a 1-for-0. Another minion wave will be coming through, and the inner turret in the bottom lane is going to fall. Going says, come on, guys. Let's just tank this one up. They are going to be able to finish that one off before the minion wave even comes close.
Got to give props to pretty much every player on OMG for this game. Everybody did their job very well from top to bottom here. Now it's pretty much the final siege. and they do have that Baron buff regen, so they can stick around.
Well, this is definitely Star Royal Club's
Top wave
struggle.
is massive right now, though. Somebody wants to go grab that big pile of money.
We'll see whether anyone gets caught out. Sam's left on his own, and there's 4 members. Don't think they're going to slow down chasing. They could speed up, of course. Insect going to track him back all the way here, but he may set up a trap. Look at this. Cloud and Loveling on the Dragon. Star Royal Club are going to come around. They're going to try to lean in. Not going to happen. Insect in the pit. The Ghost Ring Cataclysm jumps on in and straight away gets smashed.
Teleport's still available for going, so if OMG can bait further aggression in, then they can turn it around. Not going to happen, though. Oh, he's going to try and cut him off instead. Interesting move. See if they can actually grab.
Here he is. Coming around the side. He's going to come in towards Korn and Uzi. Who's he going to focus here? Kohler takes a bit of damage. Pinning them against the wall. Sam's coming around. There's the shockwave onto 2, but it's not going to be enough here. 1 by 1, they're decimated. A double in the end for going. It's the ace for OMG.
What a bloody massacre. They just lined Royal Club up against the wall and shot each one in the back of the head. All down in the bottom lane is going to be easy pickings for OMG.
There is simply no reverse gear for Star Royal Club. They don't know how to play defensive. Their defense is offense, and it seems that it is really running just headlong into a brick wall of OMG every time.
Thing is, it's just like poker. If you know that you have a tendency like this that your opponent is going to prey on, you can switch it around and try and use that against them and play one step up in those mind games. Maybe in game 2, Royal Club will flip the switch and pull something different.
Well, they definitely need a different outcome to how this one's going. 19-5 in kills, 18,000 gold lead. And look at Cloud, how he got himself in there, using those golems and the equalizer to pin him on the wall.
There's nothing more to say about that. That is just a bloody massacre in the bottom lane. And they did get the inhibitor off that, which is the best inhibitor in the game to have, furthest away from Baron. Baron ward, maybe that's their key to get back into this game for Royal Club.
Who knows? Maybe we can
probably not
in there, but probably
not. I mean, Loveling has just been so good this game. Legendary already. By the way, when we talk about how flexible he is, this is the guy that played Jungle Yorick last year and Jungle Braum in a competitive match and won the game. This is not some one-trick pony, only Kha'Zix because Kha'Zix is so strong right now. This guy is a very, very intelligent jungler.
I know you were secretly hoping for that Jungle Braum to come out here, but it's not going to happen, I don't think. Inner turret going down as OMG look to control this matchup and see if Star Royal Club, or more important, the Insect, want to fling themselves in there once again because he's been the man that's just been launching himself into OMG every single time and paying the price for it with his life. 1-6-2, you can see, up against some gigantic stats of OMG now.
And that's, that's pretty much always been Insect's style of jungling, though. He's a frontliner, he's an initiator, he has a lot of deaths, but he creates a lot of plays for his team.
Going again.
Now he's creating a play.
Going to Cloud, and they might actually be able to finish off Cloud. He did manage to hook onto Zero, though, and this will be instantly turned around. Cloud surviving after all that, and the double kill for Cool means that only 3 men are left to try and hang on to this second in him.
Those shock blasts doing half the hit points on Korn. I just can't tell whether the Zero just completely baited Insect into. I'll spec up, go for it. You can do it, I believe.
Maybe Insect's got the wrong name. He should be going, because he's always going in.
Oh, dear me. So, top Inhib tower goes down. Inhib will follow, and OMG looking incredibly strong in game 1. But Star Royal Club, they really haven't played this one too smart, honestly. They've been running in like headless chickens trying to finish off this game. They're certainly going to finish it off one way or another, that's for sure, and it's going to go OMG's way. I'm not sure they're even going to back away from this, Joe. I think they're just going to keep on driving.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, why not? You've got all 3 inhibitors on the map down. You've got super minions streaming in from every lane. 1 Nexus turret is already dead. There's not really a lot to lose in this scenario for OMG. They're going to clear out the minions. I think Royal Club are going to give it one last-ditch effort to try and hold on to this game for just a little bit longer. See there, Insect smiting down the super minion, but he lives even longer. There's the damage on towards Cool, but can they hold them off? Shockwave comes in. Kohler is going to go very low. They're actually trying to kill off Uzi at the bottom, and they won't just try. It'll be easy peasy. Korn gets back onto the fountain, but OMG turn back around towards the Nexus, take down the second turret. They're going to take the game.
Indeed. Dominant performance for OMG here in game one. Korn just tries to come off the fountain. They want to pick up some more kills. Korn got one back just at the end. But solid victory in game one for OMG. Very much controlled the game, controlled the lanes from the very start with that 3-buff opener. And they didn't look back.
And that's the danger with sticking to a style for too long, because somebody is going to use it against you. The thing is, with that style, Royal Club, if it looks really good if just a couple things go differently in the early game. If they get a leg up in the early game, then this style of constant pressure does look really good. So in game two, they're going to have to switch that up.
But I think that's actually how sometimes it can look like they're getting absolutely destroyed, because a lot of teams, when you do start to fall back, you lose a dragon, you lose a tower here and there, you say, we're not gonna fight for the next dragon. But their style is fight, because if Insect gets in there, manages to somehow get out again after stealing the dragon, or we pick up a couple of kills, that's maybe a way back into the game. They're not a roll over and die kind of team. They'll fight, and I think that's why sometimes it looks ridiculously one-sided.